Welcome back, folks, to Pigs TV. I'm your host, Pigs, as usual. So, we're back with another Timberborn Lakes, and it is cycle 18, day 10, on our redesign. Obviously, we've had this for a little while, but I've been in the process of trying to get more, obviously, more food, more everything. Obviously, we know this is a pre-known pre-known from me playing this before and not understanding the game as much as I do now. I've moved the dirt excavator that was up here, was in this area here, to obviously where I've just done it, and the reason why is power. So obviously I've got the power here. I can redesign this to be able to function to go into here, and then we'll be on the road to re-landscaping. Now, some of the other problems I noticed in the last play are these. I have to manually mess with these, and I don't want to do this. So I've got, luckily, 180 metal. I need to make sure I need to get some more planks, so that's what we're doing at the moment. Wood's not too bad, but we'll need to sort that out. I've got a nice bit of wood here and a bit of wood here, but like I said, we're gonna need to sort out what's what and what's not what and everything else. So let's get in with it. Let's get on with it and see what we can do in this video for the rest of the play. So, how do we start to solve these problems? I need to be able to get in here and hopefully what I'm worried about is just pause. Now I've got the sluice. I can unlock the sluice, that's not the problem. So we'll unlock that. That's fine. Now it needs to build, it needs planks and it needs blocks. What I'm worried about is if I take this down and don't get them over here fast enough, I am absolutely going to be screwed, basically. So we'll get some metal and we get some planks over to actually accomplish this. It's what I don't try to wing it, if you get what I mean. So I can get 4 in there. So in other words, I've got enough for 4, which is actually the 4. So that's not too bad. We'll have to put levees on the top. We haven't got a choice with that. Now, levee will go on the top of here. So that's... no, that's not a levee, you donkey. That's a dam. That's not even what I want. So a levee will go on there, so it wouldn't work. So that's okay. So we can get rid of that. I'll also bring some... Now I know I need some logs. So let's stack this up. Let's stack these things up before we actually build it. And then we don't have a problem of running out of the resources before we actually build it. Now I'm going to have to... If the bad tide comes, I'm going to have to do all what I normally have to do and turn everything off. Now this time I need to remind myself not to actually run out of water, which would be a good start. So that's done. We can do the same. We can relatively do the same, I think, on here as well. Let's get a storage going again. Now I only relatively need 1 here. So let's... Where's the... I was going, where is everything? Everything is moved. One of them, I think we only need 1 set of logs, 1 planks, and 1... did I put planks there? Metal. So that's done. So that's done for that one. We've got the same issue here. I don't think I've got to do it there. I'd rather do it here. But it's where to put everything. Well, that's not actually that bad. Because I think these are all dead anyway, so we can not actually put that there. Would be a good start. Again, how many do I need? I need the value of 4, so I'm going to need 4. Let's get logs. Let's get logs. Let's get not treated planks, metal. Let's get planks. So that one's done. I just want to go check something that this. Yeah, that's fine. As long as I got 1 logs, yeah, that's fine. And here, I've got 2 logs because of these taking that much to build. So I'm going to allow them to build them, get on with them. And obviously they'll take an enormous amount of time to get down there. But we've got the logs here. But I'd rather build all this and get... and I can put this on supply. Supply goods to other warehouses. I can also... I wasn't doing that one. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. What's this? That's scrap metal. That's no good. I'll enable one of these to supply to other warehouses. Just turn a few on, that'll be fine. That's that one. I'm also obviously doing this one, so see which is the one we get done first. They're actually sleeping now. I'm going to increase, when they come back, I'm going to increase to about 23 hours. I need to make sure that they're doing their thing. It's only at 70-something%. I've also got, well, I've got 100 beavers. I mean, that's like a ton. I've also got 6 that are not actually doing anything. Water's coming in, so that's good. I could do with filling up. Oh, that's the bad water. I'll supply. Supply them. That's fine. We still need to look at this, which means I'm gonna have to detonate, I think, one of them, like so. Now I've got... I haven't actually enabled that. That's true. I thought I'd done that, but obviously I hadn't. We're still building... We've got 26, so that's okay. Not worried about that. How's our log situation? I think this is all... This is definitely... I must have a tapper shack somewhere. Let's go find the tapper shack. Which one has got the tapper stuff? Workplace, I think. Where's the workplace? No, that's well-being. It must be in the workplaces. There we go. Tapper shack must be around here somewhere. There. Right, so that's where she's sat. And it's not actually doing anything. Now, how much resin have I got? I've got 250 in resin. That's quite a lot. We could... As a precautionary tale... Get some more and turn this on, and then a lot of this could then be changed for... that's not being cut for some reason, I don't think. So we'll set this for cutting as well. That means he'll come out and cut that. they're going to replant. I'm going to replace that, and I'm going to put that on there. I'll have most of this for cutting. I don't even think I've got a cutter around here, to be honest. I can't see one. So let's have a... Right, so that's what I was worried about. That's why I didn't want to do it in this time. I'll turn off the workplace. So remember, I've got to make this full. In fact, I'm going to start increasing this depth. Even if it reduces the floor. I'm not really using it anyway. Probably to, let's say, 80%. They should be all synced up, actually. They are all synced up. It's probably 80% of the thingy one, so I need to probably go a bit further than that. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I knew they would stop a certain amount of time. Yeah, there you go. So, if they get over the 50%, they cannot go. So, I think it's probably 1. Yeah. I was quite interested. I was quite intrigued to know... oh, that's a bit of a problem. Let's not flood everything, Pig. That's a good idea. There's a good idea. It'll go back down in a minute. Well, that was a bit of a questionable play. I'm going to increase this slightly. This will help reduce the floor, and this will get this all out of the way. It's down to 0. Yeah, now it's unflooding itself. It's getting there. All this might be dead. Oh, I might have said... Ooh, that's lucky. That's really lucky. I'm okay with 50% here. Yeah, that was a real mistake that I made there. I'd forgotten that, yeah, by messing about with that, you're... and I need to obviously close these off. So let's see how we're doing with materials. We haven't got any materials whatsoever. So I'm just going to pause. I'm just going to find our storage system. I don't want any of that. That's large warehouses. That's, no. Got no planks in there. Where's all my planks then? Ah, I've got planks there. I'll empty that. I want to send the damn things around. Oh, we got some in there. That's going well. That's what I set up to... So we have got some planks somewhere. But they're all somewhere, but I can't find them all. That's good. Let's get that on 2 again. Obviously, I've got these large warehouses that are getting chock-a-block. I'm going to come up with a new skyscraper storage system, which I think I come up with in planes, to be honest. You should be supplying... Let's obtain them. I want to set this up. I can't do it now. This was the problem I said before. Obtain. Got full logs. That's 20. That might be enough. it should be enough, but, you know, let's have enough. Obviously, this one is for once I do this one, it'll be fine. I want to obtain planks. I want to obtain, and I want to obtain. Because I need to have enough around to be able to. Hopefully, they don't swap between each other. That's what I don't want. We just need to get the metal in. I've got enough metal, so that's not a problem. And then the next time after the badwater, we should be able to do this. I'll instantly, within about 1 point summit, stop everything, pause this, get it to full, so it doesn't lose any water, because obviously that's not what I want to do. I am going to increase this slightly as well. It's not actually flowing over there, strangely enough. That might mean it's because of this. No. Oh, we're still getting a lot of water coming through, though. Obviously, all of these I've got to make sure that I've got to stop. That's why I want to change them to a sluice, and then I'll not have to worry about this debacle anymore. I've now got everything apart from the metal here. I've got 9 planks. That's not going to be enough. That's only enough for 1 point something. I need the full plank system here. So that's... I've got 1 day left. They're asleep at the moment. I've now got this in, but I've got the worker... should be having on pause, to be honest. I've got quite a few logs in here. So what we'll do is... We'll... set this section here for cutting. Now what I'll do is I'll set up to this line. Like that. We'll unpause him, and he will start gnawing on them, and they'll start replacing them. These are going to be for the tapper shack, which now I'm going to enable, and get the tapper, get him to take this out and put it in here. Well, in fact, actually, it's about half full already. So, I need quite a lot of resin anyway. So it's best to get the resin while you can. Thank you. Auto-sir. They are now empty, as far as I can believe, so they can go. That's our antioxidant. We don't want to kill all the beavers, obviously, because it'll be terrible. This is for definite. I don't want to kill them. I'll about 0.1 day left. I'll start to stop everything. We've still got this going, which these will obviously stop. So then I'll take them back out. I've got no treated planks going because I've got 110. And the only thing uses treated planks is the large water, which I've got a ton of water, and the mine, as far as I can work out so far in my limited brain capacity today. Again, I don't want to do any... I might get some more, actually, eventually. Get these to produce more. I could move this and get... No, I can't, actually, because I can't get another one in there without taking out a tree. I don't particularly want to take a tree out. I mean, I can go obviously further on, but this is the what I call the 3 section. This is the 4 section. I suppose it wouldn't make too much of a difference, really, would it? I'd have to potentially move this. Whoop, right. We're almost on the bad water, so I've just paused it in time, which is good. I'm gonna increase that to what? To full. I'm gonna increase this to full. I don't need to bother with this because this is gonna stop. That should be at full, so it's always going to send it down there. Did I? Or did I not? No, that's okay. So I've sent that one. Now it's this one's turn. This is why I don't want to have to do it. It's such a pain. I've not bothered with that one. That one's obviously closed off. So this can't get any bad water. Now we could irrigate this, actually, to be honest with you. That is a blockage, which is something we might look at in time. Right, so there's no point. If I block this off and I block this off, there's no point me blocking this. As long as I increase this. Now, I've already increased that. That's not a problem. Just let's flow this line back and make sure that's open, but that's open. See what I mean? So that's now closed as well. So let's forward. And now we get the bad waters. I should, if I've done this correctly, stopped it in time. If I have to turn this down a little bit because there's water coming, then that's fine. Yeah, I've got to turn down just a titchy bit. Let a bit of water out because it's flooding. Go away. Stop. Now I'll pause that. I'll push this up. This will hold the water. This will hold it back slightly. I'll just let a bit more out. Right, stop. That should be it. I shouldn't need to do any more. Right, hopefully I've not crucified my beavers. No, they're all going around this way. That's good. This was all dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. No, that's fine. It's all going back. It's all going the top way. It's good that I've got enough. Ooh, that's a bit dodgy. I might actually relieve the pressure here, actually, and let this flow through here to this, so it goes out. Because there's far too much pressure on the wall system here. It will buckle. In other words, what it'll mean is it'll overflow, and then I'll get bad water in this channel, and then I'll be miffed. So yeah, so it's just okay, but that's what we want. I could blast down a channel here and do that with a sluice, and then have all this, you know, for irrigation or whatever else I want it for. How are we doing? See, next time it shouldn't be much of an issue. I'm not getting enough. Well, I'm not getting any metal. I don't know why I'm not getting any metal. I've got tons of metal. Metal. Where are you? SAS scrap metal. There's metal blocks. That's fine. There's no metal blocks in that one. Where's all the metal blocks then? The system's telling me I've got loads of metal blocks. There. Right. Put that on. I've got that on chain. Supply other things. Right. That might work out better now. He was holding everything. So we've got enough water. I'm just going to turn these off. Because I don't want to... You see now, the Spaddock is in about half the... isn't connected to a... No, it's not connected to a path, is it? How did I manage to do that then? Well, that was a good play by me. I should have done it this way. Let's get rid of that then, because that's doing absolutely nothing. And then let's... Now that'll work. Let's turn that to Spaddock. And let's get all this picked up. And let's carry on. So the inventors are absolutely going nuts again. I'm not producing enough bread though. We've increased our logs. Now it would be beneficial to think about eventually moving some of this lot. See, this is actually bad water, but I don't know where. Well, I know where it's coming from because it's obviously it's from here and it's overflowing. But it would be nice eventually when we did get the dirt excavator to block these off a bit higher and start using this ourselves. So I've got 3 days left. We've got nothing relatively here at all. That's because... where is that getting pushed in from then? It's flowing that way. I can't see its inlet. Oh, there's its inlet. Oh, it's here. So that's an... Well, if I obviously mess about with the bad water, then I mess about with that, so I'd have to move it anyway, but that's not much of a concern. So we've got bread, and bread. Why are we not producing enough bread? Because we're not actually got enough... I can only get one on there. I'm going to take this down. I know that it's questionable, but I'm going to take that. And I want to make sure that that's takes out. It's because I've got these. These don't have to do a lot of stuff. They increase the yield, you see, quite dramatically. But then you need the I've only got 199. I'm trying to eventually get out the berries and get out that. I want the full storage of that. Yeah, that'll do that. There was a couple of other ideas I perfectly had, but it's not. Our oaks are going to survive quite well. Yeah, they're going to not have much of a problem. Not at 2-point-something days, anyway. And then I'll, yeah, so then once this goes, like I said, I relieve the pressure from this one here. And this is the release valve to allow this just to go down here and get rid and go off the map. The map's absolutely huge. It's funny. It's like if you pay new diorama or diorama cells, the map is so tiny you can fit it on a screen. And it's like I'm playing one that's so big. It's like oh, I've got so much room. This is awesome. Oh, sorry. I'll go into fast speed. That was my apologies there. So have we got this rebuilt? Yes, that's good. I'm getting Spaddock now, but I think it has to go in. No, that's cocktail. So they must just eat the Spaddock then. Grilled Spaddock. Where the hell is me grilled then? I have a grill somewhere that I can't find. But I know he's around here somewhere because obviously I'm grilling it. Or I was grilling it and I've eaten it. They quite like Spaddock, I think. I've got one there, but that's for potatoes. Potatoes! Population. Housing, places, storage. Where is... Okay, it was... I want to... workplaces, that would come under, wouldn't it? Sorry about that. It's just like... which one does it come under? Got a lot of gear workshops. Grill, there we go. There we go. It's... Ah! Right where I couldn't find it. That is a wheat, which means that's what that's for. I tell you what I'll do is, I've got them here, but I can't do nothing. I set this to wheat. When I get this out the way, which now it's taking it out, I bet there's something's full in it. The wheat's full. Oh, what the hell. I know I shouldn't get rid of it, but it's in the way. Right, let's get some more bakeries going. Like so. And let's get the farm back again. Oh, stop turning. Rotate. No. Thank you. I'm sure I pressed the right button, but clearly I didn't. They can start going again. I know I'm using some of my logs, but I'm not really too much worried about that. It would be quite nice to take this down. Now I have an idea which I came up with. Will mean I would say, well, not if I do it the right way. It will mean moving the campfire and that, but I'm not really worried about that. This is called a dead space. I could probably channel out some more of that, to be honest, and take a lot of this down. I don't have extracts, so I'm going to have to do this one by one, unfortunately. But he can reach it right the way down, so... I want to make sure that everything else is where it needs to be. Right. Once this badwater is decided to badwater off, I'll start the process of taking this down. I'll have to open them up, but that's a price to pay. How are we doing? Most of the bad water is evaporated, I think. Once this green starts to go green, we're going to know that it's gone. Although I'm shooting it down here anyway, so... Well, look, we can see this here. This is now getting better. I'm not fully convinced that all that's not bad water yet, but I'll take it that it is. It's certainly up here, so we can do that again. As that's coming through, that's now coming through, that's going to come through, that's going to come through. I need to do this one. This is why I want to change them, because it's so annoying. And I can do this one now. And I'll just leave that one for a little bit, just to get a bit more through. I think it's... that's dirty water. But what we'll do now is... we'll take this down. We'll just do slight pauses, a few seconds. I've got the sluice. We'll turn the sluice into this. Then we'll do a levee on top. And what I want to do is turn this off. I want them all built. Close above contamination of 1%. So when it gets contaminated, or starts to get contaminated, these will close, which is exactly what I want. I think I can take this one down as well. I'll put another sluice in here. Now I'm going to have to make sure that obviously this is built as well, but I'll close below contamination of 1%. Turn off that, don't want that going. So in other words, when that gets good water, it'll close, but it'll open for bad water. So that's just like me doing it, like me doing it anyway. We've got the stuff here, so I can pause this one. Actually, the stuff is coming upwards. Don't want that, so let's stop that from going that way. That should now be... I didn't want to irrigate that. That's the problem. That should be open. And that now should be open. So now the buildings are going to come back running again. I'll enable them. I'll put the water back on. You see what I mean by it's a bit of a faff. I don't like faff. Can't be doing with it. It's just a faff. A faff is a faff. I'm on the thing that it should go this way. Right, let's again. Close above contamination of 1%. The problem... oh no, it's not going to be a problem. Stuck a levee on there. That solved that one. Right. This is all full as well, so I can take this down. Sorry. Sorry for doing these camera movements. But sometimes you just got to get in there. Sluice again. These are... I like doing that because they're all connected because it's synchronizing these. So we'll turn this off. Close above contamination of 1%. Make sure that's full. Because I'm a little worried about this, I will levy... I can use it as a walkway, can levy all of it up. They'll not be able to get up there. So we haven't got the planks enabled, the thingy, but we'll do it now. I know some people don't like using like a mod like that, but sometimes it's so much easier than... to be honest with you, I think that mod there should be actually in the game itself. I just wish they'd have a word with the developer of that and say, look, can we put this in? Because it's such a... it just makes life easier. Right, that's in. How are we doing with this? This is in. That's great. I'm going to leave these here. You see what I mean by having all the stuff there to do it straight away. We don't have to worry. That's in. Don't know whether that's contaminated or not, but I don't think it is. So that's close above contamination. Open. That should not be closed at all. How are we doing with this? Now, it's almost built. So we've got around that all system now. I know it's taken a bit of a video to get it done, but it's an important part of what we need to do. I'll increase this to, let's say, 1.2. Don't want to go too far because obviously they'll... oh, that's probably a bit too much. Is it? Yeah, I think it's a bit too much. 60%. They're going. Wheat flour is now getting absolutely decimated into what I want it to be done. Bread is now going well. I've still got quite a lot, as you can see here. The event, I've still got quite a lot of free... and that should now be able to go. That's the trouble with it. But it being such a big map, you're moving around quite a lot trying to work out where everything. Obviously, our housing system's going to change. That's not... Excuse me. That's not going to just stay like that. The Tapper Shack system, I've got almost full of resin. So I'm going to leave that on. But in fact, no, I'm going to turn that off. I suppose it doesn't really make a difference because I've got so many. Until it's ready. I've got of 600, so I've got a ton of resin. So when I turn on these, I don't have to worry too much until... Because they take such a long time to get back. I'd rather have it in storage and not be using it yet. I'm going to need it. I'm going to need 100 for that. So I've got the treated planks already. I need 100 for gears. I haven't got any gears. How come I haven't got any gears then? I'm going to have to put gears back on. I did have 100 gears. But apparently now I've got no gears. So I don't know what I was doing with them. This still has not been built. It's probably because it can't get... Yeah, it can't get there. So are we going to need to get there anyway? Nope, that's the wrong... do I want it that way? Nah, it doesn't really matter which way, does it? That. And then can add it itself into that. I don't think that's as free-flowing as I would like, so I'm going to allow this to free-flow itself. I don't think that is bad water. It better not be. Actually, it must have been. I've got 3... Why have I got contaminated beavers then? Don't know, but I'm sure I'll find out I've done something wrong. Right, let's storage, sorry. We want the underground stockpile. Yep. Or we'll have logs for that. It may change. This may change, but I now need to... Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of that. That's the campfire. And what I'll do is... it's in well-being, isn't it? I'll just shove it here for now. Take that out. Because I need the room. we need a path. I think it's the 4. I think it's this one. Yeah, see, I can do this on this one, like so. Yep. So, I'll just pause that. That needs planks, metal blocks, and logs. Don't know why it would need a log, because it looks like a bit of metal, but still. I'm not questioning. Well, I suppose I was questioning, but... That can go more. I haven't got... That's the problem, see. I haven't got the place for the... I haven't got the place for... I ain't got any place for logs. So, once we've got this, we've got a place under there that the logs can go. So now the logs will start to fill up here, hopefully. I'll fill that up. Then I need to come up with a way to be able to... store other stuff. Now, there's a couple of options. I could use the large warehouse to store up here, or I could store stockpiles, because these cannot hold scrap metal. Scrap metal is all the way around the flipping map, and obviously it's a bit of a nightmare and a bit of a... I mean, I could obviously store metal would probably be better than storing the scrap metal, because I've got enough scrap metal space. So let's go back to the storage. Obviously, I can't do another one of these because these have to be on the ground. So the only option I've got is this. Now, if I put this back here, I can use these two, this one and this one, in a minute. Also, I want... Now, this is where our friend the stairs comes in to fruition. If I put this here, he'll be able to walk up there. I could also have a second version, because I could just put this down at this side. So within a short time, I get the logs. I get underground, which is 1,000. It used to be 800, but they 1,800, but they changed it. And yeah, so we'll build that. We'll build this. Obviously, I'll put this here because we want that to... Oh, well, I can't actually do it that way. Yeah, they can't walk out that way. That's the only snag. Because a ladder, obviously, if I did it that way, then they'd have to walk around. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. I still have to get them to walk here. And it's only for... No, because... Yeah, no, it's only for the ground, really. So I'd have to do this. The reason why I say that is like I said, if I do this, they cannot obviously directly walk to get under there, but they can walk around these two. And they're not any use anyway. We'll also store... We'll think about what we want to store. When they're coming to get stuff, we'll start a... the trouble is, if I do that, it's a lot higher on here. It's all right if it was a one of these, but not really one when it's of them. I can't do that from there. But I could have, let's say, a couple of small warehouses, because they take up the same amount of height. No, I can't do that either. That's not going to work as I intended it to work. No. Well, scrap that idea. I'll think about something else in a minute. it's just occasionally, sometimes you got, no, that's not going to work. I need to do this, and this would be the next level. Because if I put that on, like I said, if I put this on here now, I can't get it on because it's on the same level. So I have to go one level up. And then do that. And then that way I can then store another one of these. And carry on with the process. So I get, within that short space, I get quite a lot of... I know it's not, for this level, it's not much of an issue. But for the roundabout things, it's actually, for, let's say, new diarrhea and them, it is a massive, important thing to do. Because you need to stack up. You can't stack out because you just don't have the room. So, we'll leave that to carry on. We've now got everything else that seems to be doing what I want it to do, which is good. We may be able to... No, see, the thing is I suppose could irrigate that with something. It looks as if I took a down... Oh, no, why did I take it down a channel? I'm not too sure why. This is a huge bowl. I mean, it's a huge bowl. It would make sense to get water in there and irrigate a massive amount of this. I mean, you could even blast some of this down, to be honest. This bad water is a bit of a pain. But you could do a channel underneath and send the bad water underneath and then send the other water over the top. That'd be quite interesting. We've got... The tapper shack can actually get some more. We've still got that. Let's turn on the tapper shack again. And he can get some of this. Because this is the only one that we've set for tapper. I'd like to get this built, actually. I can select it. And then get this. Oh, I can't. I wish you could. I wish you could multi-select. That's something that really missing in this game. Well, actually, I think now I can do all of this and do it for me, like that. That's it. Now I've turned it on. They're actually building obviously this from the top, so. I'll get a place for... I've got a place for logs. I mean, I could do another one for planks, actually. And swap around, maybe. Or whatever I want. So I can put scrap metal in here, or metal, and put scrap metal on the top. Then I could get a little industry, you know, I could move the industry... Well, in fact, actually, I probably want to do this here with the same scenario. Which then wouldn't take as much room as this. We've now got that going. Drought's approaching. The drought will probably happen within 3 days. So we'll just finish this off. And I need vertical. That's fine. Not really worried about how much that's going to cost me. I'm just thinking there. Do I just want to... Yeah, I might send it around that way, actually. How many geese I've got? 90. Let's enable this. And get it built. Is that built? Yes, that is built. They can now build that. I now need, because that needs to be enabled again. I need a way to be able to put the centrifuge. That actually might not be a bad idea. I was thinking of... so this is a centrifuge, so it cost me 600. Again, I don't have to worry about... If I was to put something up here... If I did it this way, it would work. But the trouble is I can't walk past this... this here. So if I was just to blast some of that out... can they reach that now? It's too far. Which means it's too... Yeah, it's too high, that's why. They can blast that, but they can't blast that. Well, we can solve that. In fact, actually, if I have to pay 6, I might as well do a ladder. Then get that going, and then get that going. We'll prioritize this. Then I can have the centrifuge and the extract right next to me. The trouble is I can't obviously have this, but, and that is a but, if I can get up here, you see where that is. In fact, I might not even need to get up there. If I do this, I'll have to do a walkway. Because of this new dynamic, because of this new dynamic system, I should theoretically be able to, yeah, see, now I can double link. Couldn't do this before. I'll just do that. Then I'm going to need a vertical and a normal to go in there. Then another one to go in there. So at least that keeps it out the way of any form of walking. Let's go boom boom. I mean, I've got enough, so I'm not going to really worry about blasting this down. In fact, I might even blast some of this area down anyway, to be honest. Well, that'll allow me to connect the centrifuge in. So let's go back and show you what I mean. Like here. So that'll allow me to I'll connect it into here. I've got a walkway to go past. I'm going to, obviously I've got to do a path. I can now get rid of... No, I want to do a... get rid of some of this, I think. Obviously, they can only do so many because obviously they can't reach. That's fine. Then they'll do the rest of them. I'll do a platform. I know I could raise up the centrifuge to be the same height as this. Which isn't too a bad idea. To be honest with you. I might actually just do that, actually. Obviously, we got a drought, so we're in the drought now. So what we'll do is in the next video, we'll carry on with we'll end it here because obviously it's close to an hour. I don't want to go over the hours for you. We'll carry on sorting this out. We'll also carry on. We know now that hopefully all the sluices systems should work perfectly fine. We'll see in the next episode where I've done it completely wrong and then I'm going to kill my beavers again. But hopefully not. But I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, we've got quite a few. We've got about, a good 14 or so, 15 videos left to go. It's not as flashed out as it should be, but obviously this was when I was learning, so you've got to take that onto a pinch of salt. But obviously, if you've seen the other ones, or you're just governed, you can see the natural progression from, let's say, if you take the cliffside and your new diorama, Beaverbrook 1 and Beaverbrook 2, they're the more newer ones, if you like. But anyway, we'll see you in the next play. Bye for now.